Can the Chicago Bulls break their three-game slide today when they take on the Indiana Pacers? That's what the team is hoping to do to get back in the win column with the Atlanta Hawks nipping at their heels, only a game and a half back, that also play the Portland Trailblazers today and could gain a game on the Chicago Bulls. We're going to talk about all and more, have some fun as only we can do on the pregame show tonight.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host here, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform that we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this content. My bad that I'm a little late. We were cutting up over on Chicago Bears Central for a little bit there, but we're locked in now. We're back as we're supposed to be on Chicago Bulls Central for the pregame show. And overall, listen, this game against Indiana Pacers is a game that is important for a couple of different reasons. I don't want to add too much importance and significance on a regular season game on a random Wednesday, but it does have a lot of implications for the Chicago Bulls, mainly because the Atlanta Hawks face a 19-win team in the Portland Trailblazers today when they take the court at the same time as the Chicago Bulls, basically. So we're going to be looking and monitoring that game for sure, be giving updates on that during the halftime hangout, things like that. Because listen, if the Bulls lose to the Pacers tonight and the Atlanta Hawks beat the Portland Trailblazers, at that point the Bulls will only have a half-game lead over the Atlanta Hawks with 9 games left to play. So nothing is safe right now for the Chicago Bulls. While the Bulls are basically locked in to a play-in spot, seeding is not necessarily locked in for the Bulls. Now, there are some benefits if the Bulls do, drop down the seed, drop down to the 10th seed. At that point, they'd go from having the 11th pick in the draft to the 10th pick in the draft before the lottery. They'll get a lot more opportunity to move up in the lottery, right? They'll have a 19% chance to move up into the top 4 and a 4% chance at the number 1 overall pick. Those numbers are a 9% chance to move into the top 4 if they stay at number 10. So, those are things that you can, number 11. So those are things you can look at if you want to look at some benefits or whatever that happens with the Bulls, depending on what's going to happen at the end of this season. But the Bulls got to win these games, man. And DeMar DeRozan's talked about it already, that every one of these games are important for the rest of the season. You got 10 games left. 10 games left. And realistically, if the Bulls want to make sure that they lock in at least the 9th seed, you need to be trying to win about 6 to 7 of these last 10 games, which is a huge number to have to go 60 or 70% for the remainder of the season, the last 2.5 weeks of the season. It's going to be tough, man. And so, you're really going to get to see the makeup of the Chicago Bulls. How serious did they take it? Do they come out here and play like they understand the business that's in front of them tonight? Because if they don't, it's going to be disgusting. And the Bulls could absolutely get destroyed tonight against the best offense per points per game in the NBA. And so we know that the Bulls have had trouble with kind of dealing with those type of teams before that have that level of offensive firepower. Now, in the Bulls, a thing that benefits the Bulls is that the Pacers have the second worst defense in the NBA per points per game, and per defensive efficiency, they have the 28th worst defense in the league. So so there's things that this Bulls team can absolutely do if they want to take care of business against the Pacers. But the thing that we need to see is the thing that we haven't seen from this team a whole hell of a lot. You gotta lock in. And if you don't, it's just going to continue to be ugly for you. So, to see how this team really locks in for this game is really going to be important. You got to show heart in a game like this. There is no excuse for not coming out here and balling out tonight. There's just no excuse for it. You got to be able to play the game of basketball the right way. And that's what we need to see from this team. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you want to be locked in, if you want to show respect to your fan base, you're on your home court again, you got to lock in, man. And if the Bulls don't do it, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be a long, ugly night. It's going to be a long, ugly 10 remaining games of the season and playing games. So, really paying attention closely, at least for me, how this team comes in prepared today. And that's both on the players and the coaching staff. You got to come in here and execute. You got to come here and act like you want it. You got to do these things. And if you don't, it's going to be ugly. And that's just the way it boils down. And hopefully the Bulls understand that moment and understand the seriousness of it so they can get going. Because if they don't, man, I'm telling you what, fam, I'm going to be pissed off. I know a lot of Bulls fans are going to be pissed off. And that's just the way that it happens, unfortunately. This team has to be locked in. And if Billy Donovan doesn't have them ready at some point, I get it. He has the secret extension and whatnot, but at some point, we got to start asking the serious questions when it comes to Billy Donovan. We got to start asking. Now, again, it doesn't mean very much if only us fans are asking it, but I would say we got to start. The tough questions have to be answered at some point in time. At some point in time, this shit got to be answered, man. And you got to answer for your performance on the court. You got this contract extension when you didn't deserve it. I don't care what nobody got to say. When Billy, at the time that Billy signed that contract extension, he had 2 years left on his deal. You extended this coach 2 years early for what? For what? What have we benefited from it, from having Billy Donovan on the goddamn court? Nothing. And so, I mean, not on the court, we're on the sidelines because he's coaching. We got to tighten up, man. And so, I'm really looking at a lot this final stretch of the season, because I think how the Bulls finish is going to be really important. Finishing strong is going to be important for the Bulls, and finish for all teams. Nothing's done as far as playoff positioning yet, so you can't overlook it. I just hope that they're ready, man. I hope that they're ready tonight. I really hope that they're locked in, because if they're not locked in, we're going to get embarrassed yet again. We're going to get embarrassed. And I wish I could say that that's a rarity for the Chicago Bulls, but we've been getting embarrassed all season. Unfortunately, that's just who this team is. They are who we thought they were, who they show us that they are. They continually show us that this is a team that they don't fight the intensity. They don't match the other team's intensity. It doesn't matter who's out there. How many times have we seen this team lose to teams that technically they're supposed to be better than? Right? It's just, I don't know. This has been a frustrating season, is what I kept calling it, and that has not changed yet. This season has been very frustrating for Bulls fans. I'm sure it's frustrating for the players too. But at some point, enough is enough. Enough is enough, man. And hopefully this team feels it, because if they don't feel that enough is enough, we're gonna keep seeing the same bullshit that we've been seeing for however goddamn long we've been seeing it. So, that's just my thought process on it, man. I really hope that this Bulls team locks in today and shows us some shit, man, because we know what this team can be. We've seen them win some really tough and difficult games. We've seen them come out on the other side of it the right way, right? We've seen this team beat teams that I don't think many people gave them credit or thought that they would have had the ability to beat, but you got to do it consistently. If it's just these flash in the pan things, it doesn't mean anything. It does not mean anything. And really, when it all comes down to it, this is all momentary anyway, if we're just being 100% honest, right? Because the ceiling of this team is the ceiling of this team. And I get it. People holding out hope for Lonzo coming back and that all of a sudden helping us a lot more and things like that. But where this team is right now is going to be a place where it's going to continue to be tough. It's going to continue to AK and Eversley at some point have to be willing to eat their medicine. And it's going to be bad, man, for a while. And so, we'll see what happens, bro. We'll see what happens, man. But let's get into the comment section. Uncle All-Star says, let's go Bulls. Definitely feel you on that one, fam. Fire hat. Thank you, Anthony Vargas. I appreciate that, brother. We should smoke the Pacers, no excuse. I can't say that now with the offensive what firepower that they have. What up, Hayes? What's going on, Cortez? Glad to have you in the building, brother. Hopefully your Wednesday went well, midweekday. Hopefully that we getting over the hump out here. If we show no heart, I'm gonna start flipping shit. Hey, you can't show more heart and disgust than the heart the team shows on the basketball court, is all I'm saying, man. So yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see what happens, bro. This team is just ultimately super frustrating where this team is right now, man. It kind of is what it is. And in a lot of ways, we're better off than what I would have thought, with all the injuries and things that we've been dealing with. So there's definitely that part of it. But I think ultimately, because you see the talent on this team, and I don't think this team has really played up to the talent that we have on this team. I don't think that we're coached the best. There's a lot of things with this team that just can tighten up some for the Chicago Bulls. And let's hope that comes sooner rather than later. Wavehead Ty says, hopefully Vooch feel like hooping today. Hey, when Vooch is locked in, man, Sydney, honestly, I'm more excited to watch the Bears' new season than the rest of this BS season pan out. The Bears have a bright season. The Bulls will have the same damn roster next season, too. Listen, I hope that we don't have the same roster next season. I hope AK decides to wake up and GM this goddamn team. We need to lock in. If not, this is going to be hard for the Bulls. Say, facts. When you got the offensive firepower that the Pacers have, you definitely be tough for the Bulls. I'm more excited to watch. I already read that one. Oh, she says, wait, that was added. Plus, I don't even watch football. That's crazy. Ready to play full 48 minutes, not 47 or 24, and come in prepared and make open shots. I feel you on that. What's good, Haize? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing mostly all right. MC, glad to have you in the building. Just hoping we don't have to watch 3/4 of the Bulls trying to fight back from a 15-point deficit. You never know. Nothing's outside the realm of possibility with this team, Brucko. Losses will bring more clarity than wins. Let's go Pacers. I don't think so. Like I don't like. I get the hope and I understand your thought process on that completely, right? So, but I don't know, bro. I don't know because AK has a built-in excuse already with the injuries. I'm surprised Billy doesn't have some sort of sponsorship with some gum company. Can coaches sign sponsorship deals? I don't even know that. There's a difference with averaging a double-double and making winning plays. Yeah, but let's not act like Vooch has never made winning plays. Vooch has absolutely contributed to winning, right? Like he just got to stop shooting threes. That's the biggest problem with Vooch is shooting threes. And I know the defense is a problem too, absolutely. But like I keep telling people, why would you expect Billy Donovan Nikola Vucevic to all of a sudden do something he's never done in his career? And even with that, he's still a good on-ball positional defender. He still ranks high at his position on ball, but it's just pick and roll. This team is terrible, and the team is terrible at pick and roll defense. That's the worst aspect of Vooch's game is the pick and roll defense and the 3-point shot. If you can eliminate those two things, hey, the rest is okay. I understand that a lot of teams aren't good offensive teams, but a team like us that forces a lot of turnovers should be getting out in transition and scoring off those mistakes. I mean, listen, I don't even think we're in the top 10 as forced turnovers per game. I don't think we are. I don't think we force as many turnovers as what it feels like, because when we do force turnovers, it definitely helps us win games, right? That's clear. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but we're just not a smart basketball team, bro. That's what it comes down to. Like, we make everything more difficult on ourselves. Everything about the game of basketball, we make more difficult on ourselves. Every single thing. Offense, we make more difficult by not moving without the ball. Period. Defense, we make more difficult because we can't guard a simple pick and roll. The most simple play in the game of basketball, we can't guard it to save our lives. It sucks, man. Rondo 2 Raw says, yo, what's up, Bulls Nation? Hopefully we get to see all 5 Javantes out there. You're not going to see Javante Green. Brazil Popular says, what up, fans? Just hoping we don't start 0-15 this time. Hey, listen, we may not. We may start 0-20. We may start 0-20 tonight. Bulls about to be standing around like kids on the sandlot when the ball went over the fence. That's facts. Facts. Peace, Haize. If we lose tonight, at least I can watch X-Men 97 episode 3 and Dark Side of the Ring. Well, first of all, episode 3 of the X-Men 97 is literally one of the best things out right now in television. It just is on streaming, however you want to call it. That they have done such a good job with X-Men 97. I didn't know what to expect coming in. I thought it was going to be like something that could be entertaining, but it's so much even more than that already. It's great, man. It's a great show. Great revival there. Let's go Bulls. Absolutely. You already know what it is. You catch the Lakers come back against the Bucks double OT down 19 in the fourth quarter. Of course I did. I was going to try to get an NBA Central video out on it, but listen, life be life. Let's can say on that one. Life be life. But yeah, man. No Javante Green tonight. We will see. Not going to happen because of Billy Donovan's choice. Well, I don't think Javante Green is all the way healthy either. Like, Javante's there to play if they absolutely need him to. But once Billy Donovan was like, this is less than a 10% chance that we see him. And here's the thing, honestly, I would like to see OB play more minutes than Javante Green, right? That's kind of the more important thing to me, right? Because OB is a guy who's definitely part of your future. Javante probably could be on this roster next season. I'm not saying he's not, but like OB, if you look at OB's future with the Bulls versus Javante Green on a 10-day contract, why is OB not cracked double-digit minutes yet in a while, right? Those are some things that I want to ask the question to. I know that this is a little off topic, but don't be surprised if cable company starts charging $100 with all of this streaming. No, I think I think the cable company is going to double. What we're seeing is the opposite, right? Is that cable companies are now adding streaming services. You get a free membership, right? Like DirecTV, you now get, well, I think is it the Peacock? It's one of those that you get free now when you have DirecTV. So they're adding value to your membership. I think the cable companies aren't going to start raising their prices. They're going to start lowering their prices or adding more value to your subscription so that people can stay with cable companies. I think that's the route we're going to see with that one. Shout out to the Bulls fans who watched the Bulls the rest of the season, but no, I checked out after the last loss. You can't lose to the Wizards like that and then expect to keep me interested. Well, you should, because I mean, wins and losses happen with teams. That just every team's gonna have a bad loss. The Boston Celtics, the best team in the NBA per record, gave up a 30-point lead to the Atlanta Hawks. Anything that's just sports. Any given Sunday, for the lack of the better term. Haize, who do you think has the hardest schedule to the season, Hawks or Bulls? I haven't really looked at the Hawks schedule. I can go on Tankathon and say what the strength of schedule is. I know the Bulls, I think they have one of the easier schedules remaining. Let's see. Remaining schedule strength. So the Chicago Bulls have the 17th easiest schedule remaining in the league, and the Atlanta Hawks are above the Bulls. They have the 12th hardest schedule remaining in the NBA. So that's how you can look at that. So technically, that's based off opponent win percentage. So that's what that's based off of. You get a lot of teams getting some players healthy as well. Javante's been wearing that wrap around his knee, not likely to play. Exactly, he's not playing. This is Chicago Bulls thing. We go 8-2 in the last 10 games. We get happy as hell and lose in the first game of the play-in. Listen, if we Bulls lose in the play-in, I'm not mad at that. Like I said before, get more opportunities in the lottery. I'm not mad at that. It is what it is there. I'm with you, Melvin. I went on strike. I'm no longer watching the game until the play-in. After the Wiz loss, I completely turned off. Still will be supporting your channel, though. Hey, I appreciate that y'all supporting me, even though the Bulls have turned y'all off. Definitely appreciate that. I'm hiring as coach next year for the Bulls. Watch. That's funny, Anthony. D-Rose better not drop 30. Anything in sports is possible, except for the Bulls being a good playoff team this year. Listen. I wouldn't even. How? Let me ask y'all this, right? Because we talked a little bit about this over on Locked On. I'm gonna throw this question to y'all. If the Bulls win 2 or 3 playoff games, let's say they make it out the play-in, they win 2 games against the Boston Celtics. How does that change the way you look at this season? Because Pat asked me that, and I was like, bro, if the Bulls can push the Boston Celtics to 6 games, I'm a little bit worried about it, because you absolutely know that AK is going to get in there and say, see, I told you guys, we were competitive. We pushed and don't let the Boston Celtics win the championship. We pushed the champions to 6 games in round 1. We feel really confident about this team. We're bringing everybody back. So man, it's crazy. Definitely feel like I got the optimism sucked out of me after the game. Well, I mean, swallowed up. Is that what you're saying? Is that what I mean? That sounds like you're saying that the Bulls swallowed you up, bro. That's crazy. That's wild. I get where you're coming from, but no, the difference is this is a G League Wizards team who I don't know. Most of the players were out. The team, like you say, from coaching the players has no situational awareness. Yeah, but again, that's still like even teams that have situational awareness. Like, let's be clear, the Wizards have also beat some good teams this season too. I'm at the game with my family. Let's see if we win tonight. If we lose, I'm going to be mad. That's crazy that you're at the game. So have fun there, brother. It depends on if it's a good split of games or if the Bulls win the first 2 and lose 4 straight. Listen, I don't care. You're able to win 2 games against the Boston Celtics in a playoff series. I got to give you some credit for that. How does it feel, Haize, to know you put more effort on the Bulls than Acme? I mean, there's not that many people who, that's life, bro. Like like I'm a true Bulls fan. That's just is what it is. It's a gift and a curse, bro. It's really a gift and a curse, man. What will happen first? Will the Feds fine P. Diddy, or will the Chicago Bulls win a playoff series? Find out on today's episode of Chicago Bulls Central. That's just, you never know, bro. Like, you don't know what's going to happen, man. You don't know what's going to happen. Will they find the diddler is the biggest question right now facing the United States of America. Depends on if DeMar and Vooch pushing the Celtics to 6 or the Young pushing them to 6. If that's the case of the Young core pushing them to 6, oh boy. Yeah, I can feel you on that too. That's a great perspective to have there, Rondo. Great perspective to have. Bulls lost to the Wizards. Does that mean they've hit rock bottom? No, because I think the Pistons loss was worse than that. Cat Williams called it early in the year. Diddy was going to get in trouble. I'm calling it right now. Jay-Z is next. Jay-Z hasn't really been involved in any controversies, though. I don't think Jay-Z really has done anything too crazy. Like, Younger Jay-Z, yeah. Like, let's not make no mistakes about it. Jay-Z was wilding out there at one point, but I don't think Jay-Z got people out there locked in the basement hogtied like P. Diddy. Like, I don't think Jay-Z was out there getting swallowed up by pastors like Diddy. Like, that's crazy. That's wild, bro. That's wild. I'll be watching Vooch closely. He really needs to pick up his game. Listen, I don't know if what you're gonna see there. Not fine, Diddy. He out there hiding at the white. What? That's crazy, bro. How did White catch a stray? That's crazy. That's crazy. Draymond Green got ejected today. Good for him. Give a shit about Draymond Green. Like, I don't mean that to be condescending towards you. It's just like, at this point, like, wait a second. Aren't they still in the first quarter of that game? He got ejected already? Listen, Dre got to just retire, bro. Dre just got to go ahead and retire, bro. Dre just go ahead and hang it on up, my boy. Go ahead and hang it on up, man. Go ahead and hang it on up. Kobe leading the league in clutch turnover assist ratio at least some bright spots this season. Yeah, I mean, Kobe and Io generally are really bright spots for the Chicago Bulls this season, I would say. Didn't Jay? No, Beyonce was overage. Now he was dating Foxy Brown when she was underage. That was the rumor. So not Beyonce though. Beyonce was grown. Foxy Brown was the one that he was dating underage. I mean, I'm sure the statute of limitations is passed up on that unless other people start coming out the woodwork. Which, listen, at this point, I won't be surprised if they cancel anybody. I'm really not surprised by anything anymore. I'm not. I'm just not surprised at all. They could come out here and they could say that the NCAA is actually ran by white people. It wouldn't surprise me anymore. It wouldn't surprise me, bro. Like, there's no conspiracy theory. There's nothing that can be exposed that surprises me anymore at all, bro. Nothing surprises me anymore. It is what it is, bro. That's the world that we live in. They can come out right now and say Kamala Harris has a whole entire penis. I would not be surprised by it. And that's not to say anything bad about Kamala, just nothing surprises me, bro. Nothing surprises me. They, like, real talk, there's not a thing that surprised me. They can come out and say that Hillary Clinton is actually Bill Clinton after a sex change. It wouldn't surprise me. Nothing at this point, for the world that we live in, nothing surprises me at all, bro. Nothing. This is a wild comment, though. The Diddy Giddy combo, that's crazy. First of all, that's wild. That's wild. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Spicy Butter in the building says, "What's good, little bro? Listen, I can't wait for Billy D to get the fuck out of Chicago. I would like to see Jay Green. Yo, listen, Billy Donovan is here for a minute, bro. He's here for a minute. How confident do you think they'll make it out the play-in? Do you feel like Acme will cook this offseason? I'm sure as hell don't. Oh, I've said it before. I don't feel confident this Bulls team's going to make it out the play-in at all. I've literally been saying that since we knew that the Bulls was basically locked in, man. So nothing surprises me. Foxy Brown, if anybody didn't listen, no, we're not going. We're not going. Did she listen, Shay? Listen, Shay. Shut up. Not gonna lie, chilling Kamala, she can get clapped. That's crazy. Why wait 20 to 30 years to come out and say anything? Hey, but hey, listen, if it happened, it happened. That's the thing. I don't care how long you come out to say something. If something happened, hey, whatever they said he did that shit. That's it. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. We'll see, man. Hey, still excited about this game. Excited about the Bulls playing basketball, man. Let's hope that the Bulls come in here locked in today, man, and just take care of the business. That's it. That's all that it boils down to. Take care of the business that's in front of you. That's really what it boils down to with the team. It's really simple, man. Play with some heart. Play with some passion. Act like you give a shit. Act like you give a shit. I don't know why that's so hard for this team to do consistently. Is act like you give a shit. Take care of business. Play with some damn heart, man. Do you feel like Zach LaVine's situation where he complained about being benched the final minutes when he played like trash that game really didn't help the growth of this team and her what? I don't the growth that wasn't there to help the growth of the team. Like, Zach needs to check his ego. You play like shit, sit your ass down. Yo, Haize, I hope Kobe can find his rhythm. We need a player or two more who can count on to produce consistently. Listen, at this point in the season, like I said, I'm not mad if we lose every game remaining this season. Get more opportunities at the lottery. The best of both worlds, scrambling, scrapping, and hog tying, Diddy and R. Kelly. That's wild there, fam. That's crazy. The diddler and the Pied Piper all together at one time. That's crazy. That's wild, bro. That's crazy. That is really wild. That's the world that we live in, man. The shit that we've seen consistently out here, man, is crazy. I hear Rondo is interested in becoming a coach. Would you like to see him on the staff? Ace? Oh, absolutely. I think Rondo could be a great. I'm really surprised Kurt Heinrich hasn't become a coach in the NBA yet. Like assistant, not necessarily head coach yet. But I think Rondo would make a great head coach eventually. You got to go through it, but I think he'd make a great coach. Let's see if the Bulls can take care of business and play with heart. Let's hope so. First, the white tag teams. Okay, come on, Shay. You always got the line, Shay. And then Shay jumps over the line. Calm down, my boy. Calm down, bro. We beat them before. We can do it again. Yeah, the facts. The Bulls can beat anybody if they play with heart and execute. Hot topic. Do you think Chicago Bears move stadiums this year? Well, they can't move this year. So it's going to take a while. The new stadium's not going to be built for 3 to 5 years. Once they break ground, you're looking at 3 to 5 years before the stadium's up, especially with the size of the stadium that they're looking to build. So it's going to be a minute. I hear that. I'd rather just play our young guys to see what we have and lose every game than watch this past all-star broken ass roster. I can feel where you're coming from on that one. Samir's in the building. I don't watch college basketball, but why is Zach Edey constantly being called overrated but winning player of the year awards? Well, it's because again, Zach Edey, and when you gotta look at the why. He's a smart IQ basketball player, but he's not gonna crack the NBA. He's just not going to. And I think that plays a part. And when you hear people say that the people are overrated, I think it's because they're looking at it through the NBA scope. He's a great college athlete, but just like Kofi Cockburn couldn't crack it in the NBA, Zach Edey isn't going to either. And Zach Edey has a little bit more refinement to his game, and I think he's a smarter basketball player, and maybe that can make him an end of bench player if a team wants to commit to playing kind of old school basketball. But Zach Edey isn't really going to make an impact at the NBA level. I tweeted Stacey King and told him to tell Io and the rest of the team to dunk the ball. The layups are getting blocked all the time. Wouldn't say all the time, but I feel where you're coming from. Try to finish strong, get that foul, get to the free throw line. If you can't convert, I feel that. No, that's what I mean, because like you mentioned, I feel like Billy always feels the need to always have his starters close the games when they're underperforming. Not sure if Zach situation. Oh no, but that's always been Billy. That's been Billy before he even came to the Chicago Bulls. So I won't say that Zach situation called that. The thing that makes us angry is that we can beat anyone and just don't show IQ or effort. That's really what it comes down to. We make everything difficult on us. Zach Edey is just like this year's Los Angeles Lakers team. The media hyped them up so bad, but true logical basketball fans know the truth. That's funny. Zach Edey or Kai Soto, neither one shoot me. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Because like you mentioned last video, Vooch head wasn't in the game, and it's okay to let Drummond close at times. But I think Billy's scared to hurt egos. No, I don't think so. I think that Billy just likes to go with the player. Like, he's not a good. Situational awareness has nothing to do with what you're doing with hurting egos. Situational awareness is the fact that he doesn't play the matchups well. He just doesn't play the X's and O's part of the game of basketball well. I don't think that it's about hurting egos. I think that Billy just looks at it and says, well, Vooch averages this for his career, which is better than Drummond. Let's put Vooch out there. What's up, Haize? Hey, Bulls had Kirk Heinrich back in 2010, 2011. Do you think we could have played two guard next to Rose, or could they have switched back and forth at the point? Well, I think we saw before then that Kirk can play two guard next to Rose. So, no, Kirk could have played two guard next to Rose. Another thing that bothers me is every time Batum misses a couple of shots, Billy will take him out and not play him again. Yeah, that sucks. That's tough for the confidence build, especially when you were playing him 26 minutes before then, right? Zach Edey, Bronny. I mean, everybody over Bronny, right? My dog right now has a better NBA prospect than Bronny. At least he's gonna go out and bite somebody. So, oh, my kid's pizza's here. Give me 1 second, y'all. I tell you what, there is no better alarm system than a 140-pound dog. That's all I can say. Sense is out the wazoo. It's crazy. Another thing that bothers me. Oh, we already read this one. But Tim also has people throw him the ball last second and expect him to make something happen. That is. I mean, we do that to everybody though. Like it's crazy how common stuff like that happens on this Bulls team. It really is. Like we just are, and again, that goes back to the team situational awareness. Like when it's late in the shot clock and the Bulls need to get off a shot, it's like they really don't recognize that it's late in the shot clock until there's like 2 seconds left, and they're like, "Oh, somebody, boo, you go do something." It's like, what the hell are we doing out here, fam? Are the starting lineups out yet? Let's check. Let's see what we got. Nope, not out yet. At least not on Twitter yet. If Felicio made it to the league, anyone can. No, that's not true. Because Felicio was still even more. That's the sad part. Felicio was more mobile than Kofi Coburn or Zach Edey. This is what it is. And let's not act like Felicio didn't show some flashes. Felicio absolutely showed some flashes. He just couldn't get over the hump. I have a feeling Drummond won't be here next year. I'll be pretty sad about it. I won't lie. Oh, me too. But I think that's by design, though. I think that we know that that's coming. What's up, dude? You good? You upset because he knocked on the door? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You defending the house. That's all that matters. Look, so people can see Loki, big head ass though. Now he don't want to put his face in the camera. What you doing, dude? Big ass baby. Love Akitas. Big ass babies, man. What's the best pizza you got out there in Ohio? Well, we do have a Giordano's here. So if you in the mood for tavern style, they actually have it. It's really good. But local Ohio pizza and wings is probably one of the best out here. People will tell Ohio wins. I'm not an Ohioan. I just live here. They'll tell you something like Donato's. That's just trash. Trash. What kind of dog do you have? An Akita. He's an Akita. He's 100 and almost 50 pounds. He's nothing but pure aggression. Nah, he's not. He looks scary. He's actually a big sweetheart, but yeah. But yeah, I love Akita. Akitas are my favorite breed of dogs. I love Akitas. There's not a single breed that I love as much as Akitas. Starters are out now. 38 seconds ago. Kobe, Io DeSumo, DeMar DeRozan, Alex Caruso, and Nikola Vucevic. So going back, Billy Donovan said, "No, I tried that Torrey Craig shit. It ain't work." Haize, you need to get you a Rottweiler because they bite first. And no, I'm good on Rottweilers. Listen, Rottweilers, and they aren't bite first. You can raise them to be that. Any dog can be a bite first dog. It depends on how you raise them. And that's why, when people blame like a breed of dog, it's like, no, it's the owner. Any dog can be a great dog. Thank God for Alex Caruso. Listen, Alex Caruso is such a important part of this roster, and just the little bit of identity that the Bulls have is almost always directly tied to Alex Caruso, especially when it comes time to having a little bit of edge on it and stuff, man. So Giordano should sponsor you with as much as you have mentioned in the last few months. Hey, listen, love me some Giordano's. I wish we had Malnati's out here. That's what I wish we had out here. They open the Malnati's out here. Listen, I'm at Lou's every single Friday like clockwork. Haize, do you think Vinny Del Negro was a better coach than Billy Donovan? I think that Vinny Del Negro had some pluses over Billy Donovan for sure. I think that he absolutely trusted his young players, and that's why you saw a lot of players develop under Vinny Del Negro. Noah developed under Vinny Del Negro. Hell, Derrick Rose developed under. He didn't turn into the MVP until you had a better coach there. But we saw these players go from players that, keep in mind, when Joakim Noah came here, not everybody was enamored with Joakim Noah or thought that he would be able to turn into the offensive player that he did. He started showing that because Vinny Del Negro started trusting him on positions. Vinny Del Negro trusted Joakim Noah to shoot that elbow jumper when his jump shot was god awful ugly. And so I think that Vinny was a better development coach than what Billy Donovan has been. I think if you give this same exact team, with DeMar on it, right, and Andre Drummond on it, and Vooch on it, I think that Vinny Del Negro would have not been afraid to allow the young players opportunities to sink or swim. That's what I truly do believe. And he would have got those guys opportunities. So Haize, do you think that Caruso will sign with the Bulls, or would you want to go to a contending team? Also, do you think his talents are being wasted? Well, your talents can't never be wasted if you're playing. So I'm not somebody who will think, oh, your talents are wasted just because your team overall doesn't have the best balance and your coach sucks sometimes, right? So that's what I'll say there. So no, I don't think his talents are being wasted. I mean, I get the feeling from what I've seen from Alex Caruso. I don't get the feeling of somebody who's necessarily looking to leave. Now, he has 1 year left on his deal. But I do think if I had to guess, I think that he would re-sign with the Bulls as long as they give him a contract offer. The bigger question the Bulls have to ask themselves is going into next year's trade deadline where the team is it better to re-sign Alex Caruso, or is it better to kind of recoup some of those assets and see what you can get for him if you trade him? So besides winning more games, what would you like to see these last few games? I want Kobe and Io to get more chemistry and Dalen and the team to continue to grow. Yeah, I mean, Kobe and Io, I don't think need more chemistry. They have had chemistry literally since Io's rookie season when they were both coming off the bench. So more chemistry between Kobe and Io, I don't really need to see. I would like to see more reps and then get more opportunities in fourth quarters of games for sure. But I don't think they need more chemistry, I don't think. Would you rather a more offensive coach or defensive? I think we need a well-rounded coach. I think if I had to pick one because of the way that we're going, coach that can be dynamic in their offensive play calling, I think would be important. But I don't want somebody who sucks at coaching defense either, or at least if they do have really good defensive assistants on that bench. Love Lose, I know the owner. Ever try Giorgio's? No, I don't think I have. I don't think I have. I just got hip to Donald's for Italian beef. Bro, that sounded. Was that a pause? Was that a pause? Was that a no Diddy? But yeah. But yeah, I guess we'll see, man. I guess we'll see. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna go get ready to wrap up the pregame show. We'll be back at halftime as we always are. You guys already know the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. If another show says the number one spot, tell them they fucking lying. I expect y'all to tell them they lying. I'm not playing with y'all. But I love you guys, man. Make sure you guys follow the show at Shy Bears, at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, Chicago Bull Central gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail for the mailbag, number to do so, 773-270-2799. We the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. Thanks to you guys. And like I like to end every episode on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See red if you can, y'all.